So I woke up today and, I was talking about pricing, which you're going to see later in the video. But if you look at this game right here, me and my friend, we played this at Free Play. It's a pretty fun game. It's called Ice Cold Beer. It's 5,500 bucks. And if you look at it, it's just got some holes. It's got a steel ball that you push up with two motors that just go like this, and the ball slides back and forth until you can get them and get them through the holes and complete each level. And then it's got like a stainless steel rod and a couple joysticks and some wood in the cabinet. And there's a coin door. Again, a coin door is probably, $150, $200. So all in there, I can't imagine that game costs more than 500 bucks. Bill of materials, I would bet I don't know, I could probably do it for 300 or less. I don't even know. I'd have to price it out. But yeah, when you see something like that and it's going for $5,500, and we're going to talk later in the video about pricings of other things, like this is the most outrageous pricing I've ever seen for any pinball or arcade related product. And I wonder too if the patent would be up for this game at this point. So I wonder if I could just take the design and put my own name on it and put holes in myself and sell this game, because I could sell it for probably 1,500 bucks. And if people were gonna buy those, you make some good money. You put those in bars, I mean, people like to play those. You put a couple quarters, you make your money back probably pretty soon, or if not, it might be a little bit of a draw or something to get people to your bar. I mean, this industry is interesting. Again, I'm all about affordability. I'm in a different marketplace, so I can get away and do with honestly whatever I want to do as long as my price point's good and my game works. But, Stern just said they're going to put their Jurassic Park game in Costco for 5,000 bucks. That game was on sale for $35.99. So here's a video I took. So this is last November up until I think about 6 months or even a couple months ago. That game was going for $3,599. It's back up to its original price of 5,000 bucks. And then on their website, if you actually go, I'll show you here, you can go to the old Stern website. Right, so if you just type in Jurassic Park Home Edition, you can see that it says, here's the old website, $4,999, so it's 5,000 bucks. You click there, even on here, it still says $5,000. They have two website pages for the same product. It's kind of stupid. So anyway, that's the link to it. And then if you actually go on their website and go to the Affordable Home Edition, oh, magically, it went from $5,000 to $6,000 in a month for no reason. No inflation happened that should, in the last month, that should put it up 1,000 bucks. I'm thinking that they're just temporarily doing that because of Costco. Like they are saying, like, well, hey, if we're gonna waste time putting your product on the floor and it's huge and bulky and takes up space, then maybe we kind of want some exclusivity. But so Stern's option to that is to just crank their price up so that Costco looks like more appealing. The other thing is you click that drop down and it says affordable edition. I mean, is $6,000 affordable at this point? I think 5,000 is still not really affordable, but better than $6,000. $6,000 is not affordable. And then again, $35.99 is what they were just asking for it through a dealer. So it's kind of weird. Like, do you think the dealers are selling it to break even? Are they still making money on $35.99? So let's just say, I don't know, maybe they're still making, a couple $100 or so profit. So you got like $3,000 to $3,300 or $3,200 that they're buying it and trying to sell it, because again, they were trying to sell it for 5,000 bucks. So it's discounted for $3,600. And if they're going to still make money on that, that means that Stern is selling them to a distributor and shipping it to them for a cost that's got to be, Stern's got to make money. They're not going to make a game and only make 750 bucks. They're probably going to make at least $1,500 on that game. So yeah, if Stern's going to make like 1,500 bucks, they got to pay taxes. They got to pay a corporate tax. There's, inventory taxes, I think, in Chicago area. So again, at $1,500, that means you're talking about they got to sell it at 3,000 bucks. To make that profit, it brings it down $1,500 to $1,500. which means, yeah, they got to be making it for under 1,500 bucks or around 1,500 bucks. That's the cost to build that machine. And you can go look up what a piece of wood costs, Baltic birch, whatever. I know their wood is a little bit cheaper in there. Like, it's supposed to be MDF. Now they upgraded it to 9-ply, I guess, 9-ply Baltic birch, like they do in their normal games. But I mean, this stuff isn't like super expensive. It's not gold or anything. So, you know, sorry, I was clicking something here. It's not like gold or anything. So you're talking like a $50 addition to the bill of materials. What else did they add? They added the coin door, which, you know, a normal coin mech door is about 200 bucks. You can get it discounted, and they might even build and stamp that in house just because it's different. I mean, that stuff's maybe 100 bucks. So yeah, I don't know. Again, just, is this affordable? Why are we even calling it affordable? It sucks. I want to see pinball grow, and obviously my whole goal is why I'm even in pinball, and I'll honestly leave pinball if I can't bring something affordable to market. I like playing it. It's been fun going to bars and like meeting people. It's, you know, you go to the bar and, you know, guys used to go out to bars before the internet and hang out and chat and stuff and drink beer, and it's cool. I've met a lot of people, and we drink beers, we buy each other beers and stuff and play and talk pinball. It's, you know, it's a fun hobby. Yeah, I mean, I'll leave the industry if I can't bring something affordable, because it just doesn't make sense to me, honestly. Again, you're willing to accept a price of $35.99, but now it's $6,000. But you were willing to take $35.99 and still make a profit. So I mean, that's a wide range of profit. You know, if you cut out the dealer, then you're making even more profit. I would assume that they have dealership contracts with everybody, so they can't just cut out their dealers at this point. But again, you're making a game for 1,500 bucks. You're selling it for 6,000, right? Bill of materials versus the sale price. So again, I don't, you know, there's some people that kind of doubt what I'm doing, or, I mean, it doesn't cost that much money to build a pinball machine. The licensing is going to cost whatever it costs. You know, I'll get there when I get there, but, you know, nothing's set in stone. I can tell you, I was going to license a death metal band named Creator from Germany. And one of their songs, they're actually licensed through Sony Music, the big corporation. And I wrote them once. They were the only one that was going to go through that. And it was like one of the last songs I wanted to get. And Sony was like, oh, you have to have encryption, and you have to have this and that, and all like 5 different stipulations. I was like, hey guys, I can't, you know, I'm on a $2 chipset, you know, I can't run encryption for MP3s and all this. And I was like, you know, this song is free on YouTube right now, like, who cares? And I said a couple other things. Oh, they by default, if you even had music licensed, they wanted 3 copies of your product. I think maybe that's more aimed toward movies. I don't know what other products they would have, but yeah, they wanted 3 copies of a, you know, I said, well, obviously you got to strike this out. And they're like, yeah, we'll strike all this stuff out. So I forgot one other thing that's really important to the Sony contract I'm talking about is that they actually wanted to be on my co-insurance, like as business insurance. So I'm like, and I wrote them back, I said, you know, I can't imagine Stern Pinball or these other companies, you know, they do a Guns N' Roses game and they do Avatar and this, that they now have like 180 companies on their business insurance policy. That doesn't make any sense, just for music. People think like licensing IPs is like set in stone. Like, you know, people are out there, they want to make money. Like, if you can get them 250 grand and all they have to do is read an email and see a pinball machine and approve it, like, it's common sense. I mean, there's like, again, Pulp Fiction. If you look at Pulp Fiction, like, how many licensed items, toys, figures, pinball machines, like t-shirts, how many things are even being licensed for that IP? So for someone to come in and be like, hey, we'll give you 200,000, I mean, I don't know, maybe they paid $1 million for it, but, you know, if all I could afford was 200,000 and I said, hey, I'll give you $200,000 and I want, you know, the rights to build this game, you know, people are flexible, they want to make money. What else here? So I just saw 5 minutes ago HomePin. It's so crazy. So if you look at this right here, it says shipping from Taiwan to the US for their new Blues Brother game is $4,800. Okay, remember, they were like this budget game now. It was supposed to be open source. It's like 4,000 bucks. And you know, it's like super cheap to build in Taiwan. But now you have to pay $4,800 on top of $4,000. So now you're like $9,000 to get a Blues Brother machine. And again, it was supposed to be like affordable. I think I even don't remember if they put the word affordable somewhere on this machine or whatever, but it's like, this is not a low price. Like, you know, your market's not in Taiwan, it's all in the US, so the cost of your product is almost $9,000 for all the people that are going to consume pinball. You know, the other thing I wanted to take a note of too is like, you know, people are like fussing about the price for the Stern HomePin being $5,000 and then again $6,000 on their website. But honestly, and my buddy would hate me for saying this, but if you look at Pulp Fiction, right, it's got 3 pop bumpers, 2 spinners, 2 flippers, a magnet, and 4 drop targets. There's nothing special about it. There's not even any metal or wire forms, which honestly aren't that expensive to build for these guys. But when you add that in and then, you know, just the IP, it's like this game is $7,000. It's, you can, when you put that next to the HomePin and you realize, again, Pulp Fiction didn't even have an LCD screen. It's just these digit displays that, I mean, I can build those for $5 a piece. So, you know, people are willing to pay that for that, but then they'll be like, oh, this HomePin edition is just horrible. It's god awful. The screen's too small. You know, it has a ramp, it has a spinner, it has 2 flippers. Might have 3 flippers, I don't know. You know, it's got some stuff in there. I mean, it's a pinball machine. Obviously, I'd rather have the other Jurassic Park, the Pro, or it's, you know, the step ups from there. But yeah, I mean, people are getting. I mean, even Ninja Eclipse, like they're, you know, when you compare them to what other people are doing, like, you know, I pick on the guy a lot, kind of in his business stuff, but you know, he's doing stuff as quality as anybody else for the same price. So he's not really doing anything wrong or like more greedy at this point than anybody else. His original price point sucked, but you know, again, at this point, it's like, you know, he's got flippers and all this stuff. It all looks good. It's chromed. Like, you know, it's just not a licensed theme. I think it should still be a little bit cheaper, and we'll see where he goes. But yeah, anyway, I just thought this is crazy still to call them affordable, and I'm now officially going to be 100% the champion, holding the torch to try and get affordable pinball to the market, because I still want to be at $3,500. I definitely want to be under 4,000, and I want to try and hit 3,000 for at least one title that I can do. That would be an unlicensed game. I'm thinking my second game, my first and second game, I mean, $3,500 I think is probably going to be where everything goes. I might not go lower than that. You know, everybody's just upcharging and selling, and you know, I do got to make money, and you know, I don't want to undercut myself either. You know, maybe I should take a little bit more profit for myself. But anyway, I got another video coming up probably in 2 weeks. You're going to see a lot of cool stuff with my virtual pinball design software and how that's going to work for custom shop or future designing of games, and also supporting all the homebrew community. So there's going to be some really cool stuff coming, and you're going to see some of my manufacturing techniques and stuff coming up. So stay tuned. Man, there's just more and more stuff. So there was an interview that I watched the other day as well. The Stumbler guy posted a live interview with Turner, and he mentioned that he was going to do the 3-tier system where it's like Pro, Premium, and Limited Edition, which I've never been a big fan of. You know, anything other than cosmetics. When you change the game, now it's like everybody's playing different games. It's like, oh, I own this game, but oh, I don't own the one that you own because you have a different model. And you know, even when you go to tournaments, if you're playing this edition but you go to the tournament and it's different, then you know, you can't play in home for hours and study and learn it, because now you're going out to a tournament, you're trying to compete, and everything's different. So I just never been a fan of it. But yeah, so he says that $7,000 is his current price point, but right now that product you see is going to be significantly more costly.
But this game in our new pricing model will cost quite a bit more.
So you're going from 7 to, I mean, what's significant to people in pinball? $1,000, $2,000? I'd say probably $1,500 or $2,000. So his game's going from 7 to maybe $8,500. I don't know. Again, I'm just doing what I'm doing, and I think you're going to be surprised what I come out with at the end of the day. You know, this is something from a long time ago. Also, I thought I'd share. So a long time ago, I had posted on a, you know, I have an Instagram account just to follow a couple family members. I don't use it. It's nameless. I've had it for years. And I had posted on Turner's Instagram, hey, you know, what software are you guys using to program your pinball machines? Because I was just curious. And you know, this is again an unnamed account. He's like, "Hey Adam, yeah, we're using I can't remember some software off the shelf that does like UI or something." And he says, "You know, good luck on your game." And I'm like, "It's kind of weird." So yeah, I mean, my account's nameless, but anyway, so I sent him a private message. I'll just kind of show you. I was like, "Hey man, you know, my advice, blah blah blah." I'll just leave this on here a little bit, so you guys might want to read it if you want to pause it. But I'm like, you know, do this, you know, try this. You know, I told them don't take away gameplay features because that's what people like most about your product. You know, don't just throw away, you know, your latch lack and how you're doing glass because people seem to like that as well. So don't just, you know, because some people want a coin door, don't throw everything in the world away that you've done because that seems to be the only thing that's helping sell your product, right? You know, the way he's doing the glass trim and stuff. Anyway, yeah, I said like stuff about his website, different things. But you know, here's his comment, right? It's like, you know, thanks for the feedback. You know, he's taking the feedback. I think that was very good feedback I gave him, even about his website and different things. And you know, I'm being hard on him. I'm judging him as like, you know, like I'm giving you a grade. Like here's what I see doing right or wrong. And you know, again, this is the difference between me and other people. And I've said this before, right? Getting into pinball manufacturing. They see high price points and big profit margins. And again, he's not working with dealers. He's maybe working with a couple. But if you're direct to consumer, if you ever listen to a guy that Kiesel Guitars that makes custom guitars on the internet, Google them because he'll tell you Guitar Center's approached us over the years multiple times, and my guitars cost $3,000. If I go to Guitar Center, I got to almost double my price. So if you don't have a dealer, you know, you're getting a lot more profit out of there. You should be able to lower your price and undercut competition, which is exactly what I'm doing. But again, that's my idea, like I said. So you look at this market where you see pinball machines up to 15 grand, and the difference between the 15,000 and the $7,000 ones are not like readily like noticeable to just like the naked eye. But you know, here's what he wrote: is like, you know, if Stern can't do all this stuff and be at $10,000, then I hope you understand it's not feasible for a new manufacturer to do it. And I think that's just a different attitude and philosophy where I'm at. I think I'm gonna kill it. I think you know, I do listen to Kaneda a lot. I think God, he's right about literally almost everything. If you ever listen to Chris Kaneda's Pinball podcast, and just basic marketing and anything, man, it's just like so many things are just not done right from me and his opinion. So I would hope in the future he gives me a shout out or something. Maybe I'll send him a preview before. I really don't know. I don't need him. I don't need really anybody. But you know, he's the one that's always talking about pinball pricing, world under glass. You know, pricing is like his big thing, and I think I'm gonna kill it, and I'm gonna blow his balls off. So if hopefully he, you know, when he sees my stuff again, he, you know, really pushes it and he respects what I'm doing for the price point I'm doing. And I forgot, even there was one other thing, but I was going to put this in a different video, is that there was another company. I'll show you a little bit of it here. So this is a YouTube video that Gonzo did. It said, the cheapest new pinball machine available, Super Hoop Bitronic. This is a year ago. And here's the Nap Arcade article where it says it's 4,650 euros, $5,200. And if you go on their website now, so again, it's 4,650. It's now 5,989. So that's a year in difference, and now the price went up $1,200. COVID happened a long time ago, so now, again, we say this is the cheapest. I even wrote a comment on his thing. It's like, this didn't really age well. He said the title is cheapest new pinball machine, but it's really only $200 cheaper than the Stern Pro. And you can even get Stern Pros for, you know, through some dealers and discounts, you know, backdoor deals, -$200 or $300 off. So it's the same price as a Stern Pro. So how is it the cheapest pinball machine on the market?
We had about 20 distributors in the U.S., and the big distributor we had was owned by Sony, RED, and they said, if you're going to be with us, you have to go exclusively with us and drop all these other distributors. And I said, well, no, we're not going to do that. And I had a meeting with the president. He's like, why won't you just do this? You know, well, we're going to take care of you guys. I said, well, I made deals with these guys. And he's like, so you're just doing it because you don't want to drop these distributors to be fair. I said, yeah, it's got nothing. I don't want to do that because I don't want to screw over these people I've been doing business with. And he said, all right. So they kept us. And out of their hundreds of labels, we're the only label that has a non-exclusive deal. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't want to. I mean, it's a choice you make in capitalism. You can make money and do it the right way. You don't have to, wring out the rag and get every drop. And you can just do what's fair. And